Heroes rise, heroes fall. I see them on the front line, standing tall. They're risking life and limb to answer the call. But what they fighting for? Don't know, don't care, just along for the ride. But if you want my stand, I'ma make sure I'm gonna win inside.
All right, welcome back to the podcast, everybody.
Woo!
Okay.
Yeah.
As always, this is Tom Blaylock, your game master, joined by John the Wizard. That's Jonas.
That's right. John the Wizard. I like it.
Before we started, I was like, Tom, do you have an intro? He was like, not written down.
It's all up here, baby. It's all up here. I'm ready to go. We got Tim the Warlock, Phil Neer.
Hello, hello. And hello.
And we got nice. I do love the voices. Last time, and we'll get to this when I get to my robust recap.
Your robust, is that one written down?
No, I've been practicing all week. But we got to hear some new voices last week, which was amazing. Apparently
that is one word for it for sure.
Well, in radio and podcasting, if you're going to put on disguise, there's only one way to do it, and it's with your voice.
That's right.
So the guys put on disguises last week.
That's right.
Wow. Again, amazing. I'm hoping we see a lot more of that, or hear a lot more of this week. And we're joined by Sam, our war cleric of Tempest, Abel.
Hi, everybody.
All right. Well, just to catch you up really quickly, the Dungeon Dads are now finally in Lakeshire after fleeing the Hark army. They have crossed through a mythical passageway from one side of the Breen Valley to the other through Gnome's Gap. They have fought some Durgers, which ended up being called Durger necro slaves. That were collecting small folk.
Wait a second now. Not necro slaves, necro slavers.
They were necro slavers. That's
a very important R at the end there.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. But they decided to head into Lakeshire, and they quickly sort of realized that maybe at least two of them might be wanted men. Or at least on the lookout. And so the warlock took a potion of alter self, which for some reason John's character, Jonas, stole from their favorite character back in the Hark army, who was using it to maintain her image as her one true self. It was an alter self potion. So as we sort of come into this episode, Tim's character Filnir is looking like a halfling named Corin, and they are heading into the Waterdevian consul's house. All roads seem to lead here. Abel's old spear is supposedly here, and they are going in there to meet with Rella Splittoe, who is seems to be the next brick in the road toward ending the wars in the Breen Valley. Did I get this right, guys?
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It sounded pretty good to me.
Pretty good. Okay, so
it takes me back.
So yeah, so before you go into the Waterdevian consul's house, do you have any questions for me before we get going? So I make sure we're all on the same page here.
You keep saying Waterdevian consul's house, but it is actually the consulate, which is also kind of a museum, right?
Kind of a museum. That's right. So all of these. So think of this part of Lakeshire as a little bit like Embassy Town. So it's a little bit like, what is it? K Street in Washington D.C., where the sort of fancy houses, but also public meeting places for representatives from the various countries are. So presumably the consul lives in this house. It is also, I mean, this particular one also has a restaurant in it, and you'll see other things in it also, a library. But each one of these places, and Filnir,
So there's a residence, there's public meeting rooms, there's
That's right.
a restaurant, cultural, whatchamacallit, you know.
Yeah, it's a place to show off what is the very best of Waterdeep, which is sort of what Tim's character Filnir did for the Neverwinter Museum. So his boss lived there, Edgar, it was his name, and Filnir made a cream puff, which was a specialty of Neverwinter. And so each one of these places is trying to show off what's very best of their cities.
All right.
Okay.
Before we go in, can I have 10 minutes?
to do what? What do you mean, like of silence on the podcast, or what?
No,
like,
no,
what are you looking for here?
We walk out of the little store, and Jonas kind of goes over to the side, and everybody's kind of getting ready. We're getting psyched up to go in, and I'm kind of doing some incantations, and all of a sudden, my dagger comes out of my pocket and just starts floating in the air mysteriously, and starts just kind of shaving my face a little bit. I've conjured Reggie, my unseen servant.
Oh, sure. I will let you conjure Reggie, your unseen servant. And just so everyone knows, the 10 minutes is so that he can do this as a ritual and not use one of his precious spell slots.
There you go.
Which he undoubtedly will try to use to blast something in a few minutes.
Boy, them spell slots are valuable.
Yeah, I gotta say,
really,
Wait a second
gotta
now. We're going into this consulate. It's peaceful. We're just going in to talk to somebody. What do you mean we're going to be blowing all our spell slots in a few minutes?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying Jonas is thinking that. Listen, I'm on your side here.
Why would Jonas even be thinking that? I have an opportunity to do a
just
ritual.
Never blow a spell slot.
I'm just not going to blow my spell slot. I just have it's unseen. Okay. It's not no malice. It's unseen.
Okay. So Reggie shaves you. Just your face, or what?
He shaves my face. He shaves my head, my head bald a little bit. That's it. Just the top.
Right. Just clean you up.
Cleaning me up a little bit. We're going into the consulate.
Okay.
He's cleaning me up.
Trimming the verge a little bit.
Yeah.
Are we outside as this is happening? You're just being shaved by a magical dagger?
You are just outside the thing. Yes.
No shaving cream, just...
Yeah.
Well, it performs to the best of its ability, so I think the best is it's able to...
So you're only bleeding from 3 places?
Just from 3 places, not from...
He's a little patchy. He got some blood coming out. Okay, well that's really weird. I just want to say, like, people do walk by and they are like, ugh, these humans. And but that's it. They sort of like whatever. They're used to seeing weird shit.
Okay.
So Jonas, so we're your bodyguards. You're the Monteran noble. You're gonna kind of have to take the lead in here, I think.
Who's around? Is it just the 3 of us?
You asking me?
Yeah, DM.
It's just the 3.
It's just 3 of us? Okay.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
I'd have to use my other voice.
Wait a second. Can't someone else be around us?
Yeah. Sorry, there are many halflings. There are many halflings walking on the street. You should know that.
Well, yes. We will try that. Mr. Halfling, sir, do you think there would be animals allowed in the Waterdavian consulate?
You're just asking.
I'm talking to Phil near. Sorry.
Oh,
Mr. Halfling, guard, sir, person.
In my experience, it's not been really a welcome thing, but I suppose it depends on the animal.
Well,
what are you talking about?
Could I take this? Could I take this string and tie it around me, animal, and put all my senses through the animal and let it look like a seeing eye mongoose?
Never seen that before. So,
Jonas, I can't believe I'm saying this, but I think you're actually drastically overthinking this.
All right.
Let's just walk in the door, mate. It's not really a problem.
Normally your problem is on the entire other end of the spectrum. But this time it's actually overthinking.
Okay, all right. I'm just trying to learn
Yeah,
from
just
my
walk in.
mistakes.
Just
in the
walk in.
past.
You'll be fine.
All right.
You'll be
let's do
fine,
this.
mate. Let's go.
Okay, all right. Okay, so when you open this door,
Wait, I opened the door for him and then let him through.
Wait, did you want?
Okay,
did
so-
you want an introduction, like your fancy type,
Yes, so
Mr. Jonas Silverwind?
yes, do that.
Okay, so you're gonna open the door.
I opened the door. I let Filnir through.
right.
Presenting Mr. Jonas Silverwind,
Of Monterre.
okay.
Of Monterre.
a Monterre.
All right,
And I'll step out of the way.
so John, for you to get in this doorway as you enter, you realize that it's about 6 feet deep and only 5 feet high. It's like a little hallway. And it's made entirely of backlit ladybone. So it's like a pink hallway that's sort of glowing. And you as you duck in,
That's even more lady boner imagery than I was expecting this earlier in the episode.
okay, well, just so you know, you're using it incorrectly. A lady boner is someone who collects lady bone
Okay.
from the lake. So just so you know,
so we're literally just walking down a warm pink hallway that's a little too tight for us.
way too tight for you. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. And so as you sort of duck out of it, you see that it's a very grand room with tapestries that depict what you assume is sort of like a history of Waterdeep. Those are slung on three of the walls. The room is not exactly square, so it sort of has a couple of weird angles in it. And you see that there is a 15-foot high sort of doorway entrance into a deeper part of the building, and flanked on either side of that opening are 2 men in full plate with a helmet with their face covered. And they sort of acknowledge you. They sort of nod their head down. In front of them, sort of almost in the middle of the room, there is a velvet rope that's hung around a smallish glass case. So not ladybone. It's actually made of glass.
And the people in armor, you said men, human men or halfling men?
Large. I mean, you can't see their faces, but they're large. They're as tall as you are.
Okay, all right. And the ceilings are how high now once we come out?
In this room, probably 30 feet high. This is a giant room.
Awesome. Okay.
Yeah. You from the outside, you would have assumed that this was a 2-story area, but it's just one open story in this particular entryway.
All right. And you said who's in front of the people with the armor?
There's nobody else in the room. It's you, and if your compadres go in, they'll be in the room with you. There's a glass case in the middle of the room.
Okay. All right. So I nod back at the gentleman in the armor and usher my
We
men in.
flank him.
Yeah. And we walk towards the glass case in the center.
All right. So you see that it's a fairly large scroll that has the 2 ends are what appear to be pure platinum. That one side is in the shape of a skull, and the other side is just in the shape of a sword. But it's the scroll itself is rolled up so that it's only open to the middle. And I mean, you can read it if you want to. It's written in common.
Let's skip it.
Okay. Oh my god. Sam is such a dick. Oh my god. Every DM in the world is listening to me
I'm sorry.
like do this thing, and oh my god.
Just cringing.
This is
Probably not important.
Yes,
All right,
I would
I'm
like
gonna
to.
read it
I would
to
like
you
to read
because,
it. I would like to read it.
Okay. So thank you. Inspiration,
guard's playing
Jonas,
his
if you don't
role.
already have it.
I
Guard is
already
playing his role.
wrote.
His job is to, mind the room
Yeah.
and the safety of
Yeah,
his
that's
patron.
right. It's very simple. What it's open to, it looks like it's an invitation, and it says, "Thus the masked lords of and the one open Lord of Waterdeep invite you to join our ranks and help us usher in a new and prosperous century for the people of the city, the mountain, and the Skullport below." That's it.
Okay.
Yeah. It
And yet so
looks
precious
like
about
yeah. I'm sorry. I just wanted to read that.
Well, no.
and
do we have any indication of like what the context of that might be?
I need a history check from somebody.
Let me try.
You try first because I forgot to get my dice out.
Oh,
There you go.
so did I. How about that? Okay.
All right, history.
History check.
What'd you get?
I rolled a natural 1.
Okay.
All right, here we go. Okay, that's a 10.
Okay. All right. I feel like Filnir should get advantage on this because this is sort of his thing.
True.
y'all want me to give it a shot, see if I can figure out this out? All right.
Yeah, go ahead.
And that is 15 and a 3. So
Okay.
15.
Okay. So in descending order, Abel thinks that this might have something to do with ships and the way that ships are built. Jonas is pretty sure this is an invitation to something important, and Filnir recognizes this. There is a council of leaders in Waterdeep that all wear masks and are secret, and they're the ones who make the decisions. There's one person who does not wear a mask who is known at any one time as being an elder of the town, and so this looks like it is an invitation to be one of the masked leaders of Waterdeep. And Filnir, you know that the
But
only
why
person
would they
who
keep
have
these
this,
instructions for building ships right out here in the middle of the room? It don't make no sense.
Yeah, and then I'll explain it to them.
Sure. And so the important thing is that you would only have one of these things if you actually had been invited to be a masked leader of the city.
Well, agree to disagree, Filnir.
I believe what you want, but that's the truth. All right. What are we on
So-
about in here? What are we looking for?
So from the next room over, a short, extremely well-dressed halfling comes in, and he looks at you guys, and he sort of nods at you, Tim. He goes, Corin. And he
Hello.
sort of looks out. He looks over at the other two of you, and he says, welcome, Herr Zamonter, Herr Corin. Are you here to tea?
Been asked to watch escort this one around for special detail. He don't know his way around.
Okay, well, please, in the future, enter on the Val Avenue side of the building. This is the Lakeshire official business entrance only. Highborn residents of Old Town only, and very special people from the outer reaches of the kingdom.
Right.
That sounds like a challenge.
I
Jonas.
tried to
Sounds like
explain
a
this to him,
challenge.
but he's Jonas Silverwind of Monterre. I can't really go above my station, if you know what I mean.
But it's
So he
you said important people from outside. That is I. I've come in. I represent many people from Monterre, and I wanted to get to know the city a little bit better and a little bit more of the history. So here we are in this lovely museum, the Waterdevian consulate. It seemed like the obvious place to go in order to help secure relations between our two cities.
Yeah, well, fair enough. Come on in, watch your step. We'll have to walk through the library to get there.
I watch my step.
Yeah. All right. So
Watch
the
your
next
heads.
room is filled with like library style floor to ceiling storage drawers. So you don't actually see any books in here, but they're just these like very long, skinny drawers that are about 3 feet wide that go all the way up to the ceiling. They're only about 5 inches deep. So, or 5 inches high. So you can imagine there's about 30 or 40 of these drawers high in this room. And there is a long single table in the middle, and there are several halflings in formal student regalia sort of reading from tomes and scrolls in this room. And there are small magic light orbs that float above the table every few feet. And then you pass a stairway that has 3 guards standing in front of it that looks like it's to the upper floor. With the same velvet rope that the scroll in the other room had around it. And the waiter says, just follow me, gentlemen, just follow me. And
I've seen velvet ropes like that before. Impenetrable.
very much so, sir. Just the restaurant's just over here.
These men look like
and-
they're
and-
working diligently. Is there something important up those stairs?
Oh, just the residents, sir. Residents only.
Understood. Understood.
Yeah. And so the next room is a sort of light bathed tea room. There are valets walking around and waiters who are pushing these rolling pink and green carts that are clearly not made of ladybone, but they're made to they're sort of painted to sort of match the style of the sort of local finery. And they have canapes and small pieces of toast with various things on top of them. There's several pieces of toast that have smoked fish on them. They have tea. They have what smells like coffee. And Filnir recognizes that there's also the sort of local that there's the Waterdeepian treat, which is called bula, which is it's like a sage grass and Lacurian chicory mix. That is.
Did you make that up or did you research that?
I made that up.
That's good.
Thank you.
that.
Yeah, thanks so much. Thanks so much. And so in this room there are eight or 9 tables. There are 2 that have seats available in them. And Filnir, you immediately see that there is a table that Rella is at, and there's another halfling at the table, and there is an exceedingly tall, elderly elf that's at the table, and a giant orc. Like you would say half orc, but the dude is probably 8 feet tall. That are sitting there, and they're having a very heated conversation.
Are the tables adjacent empty or occupied?
So there's an empty one that's near that table, and your waiter is trying to sit you at a table that's toward the back of the room. That's on the at the front. It's over where on the Val Avenue side, so you can sort of look out and see the street from there.
All due respect, sir, but he's from Monte. He likes to see out a window. And we take a table over closer to Val. Yeah.
Well, we do normally save those for reservations. It is.
Listen, man, we came in through the other side, so maybe you didn't expect us. But he's official business.
It's all right. It's all right, Corin. I'm sure he has manners. He knows how to treat a gentleman of court. Yes.
Very well. And so he sort of ushers you over, and you take a seat down at this table. And the waiter immediately comes up and says, 1 gold each, please, for tea service.
All right, I drop down 3 gold on the table.
Okay. And then he says, we serve Waterdeepian style, so you see a cart come by, you grab what you want, and it's all inclusive in your tea price.
All right, thank you very much.
All right. Can I start you off with some bula, sir?
That sounds splendid.
All right. So he pours you a cup of bula. Do you guys want one also?
And dim sum.
he pours you all bula. Okay, so you are now sitting next to the table where at least you know Rella.
Right.
All right, Filner, you set us here at this table. Am I to assume that our contact is the table next to us?
Yeah, Rella's sitting with that big orc. And the other one. I figured we'd be here close, just maybe getting inside. If she's going somewhere after this, we can find her. If she gets some space alone, we can chat with her.
So if I want to eavesdrop, is that a perception check?
Yep.
Yeah, I definitely do want to eavesdrop.
Okay.
That's an 8.
All right. That's good.
I have a +5 to perception.
I have a +3, but I got a 7 with that +3.
What are they saying? I can't understand. What are they saying?
Sorry, your voice is muddled. I can't really make anything out.
All right. Let me try something. All right. Can I send Saber closer and just pull? I'm gonna go blind and deaf for a minute, and I'm just gonna be in Saber.
So are you going to stealth him?
Yeah, I'm gonna stealth him. I'm just gonna send him close to the table. Not like not up in them, but maybe up against the wall. Maybe he can hear what's going on.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll first, then.
Okay, hold on.
You better have a speech for that unruly pet. Ready.
Let's see here. Hold on a minute. I'm losing.
That'll be a
my
D20.
mind. Yeah. Yes. Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right. 16.
Okay. 16. Okay, good. Like he does a pretty good job. He's like a really, really good sneaky rat. At the fancy tea house.
At the
All
fancy
right?
tea house.
Yeah. And then does he have any bonuses to his perception?
He's got his.
I bet he can smell them real good.
Well, he can smell, but he's
Yeah.
also got advantages on hearing.
Oh.
So yeah, so it's gonna be a low DC. This is a DC 8 for him because he gets nice and close.
Okay, and what do you want me to roll this time?
Do a perception. Yeah, do a perception
just
for
regular.
him. Yeah,
For
and he
sure.
gets advantage, right?
This
So
is advantage on it.
all right. Yep.
Okay, and again. Okay.
Okay.
17.
Okay. So and you're in his mind, right? This is he's
Yeah,
you're
I am-
familiar,
I am
so
hearing-
you're able to sort of like
And I'll just whisper what it is that I hear to the other guys, but I can't hear what they're saying to me.
okay. So this is what you hear. You hear one woman say, "These things are popping up everywhere. Jesus, we have to stop this immediately." And you hear another woman say, "It's not our problem, really. If you think about it the right way, it's still just causing problems to Adair." And you hear a man that's really kind of elderly, but like it's very even Saber's perception. You can tell that this is sort of an important sort of person. Everyone is listening on tenterhooks with what he says, and he says, "Well, what I'm thinking is that if we don't stop this trade, then we're all going to be in trouble, deep trouble. But the bigger issue to me is Syl Moonbrook."
And then
She's been
I
missing.
crunch a tea cracker really loudly, accidentally.
And you missed the next couple of things, John.
Sorry.
and then you hear, "This is what I'm finding. I'm finding these everywhere." And the two of you see that she dumps out a bag, and 6 or 7 of those round ladybone lenses are on the table. And Tim, this is Rella who's doing this. Right. And she says loud enough for everyone to hear, "I'll help you, but only if you give me the manpower that I need to stop this shit." and and the and the man at the table, the elf, looks at her and says, "You bring me Syl Moonbrook, and I will put everything I have to stopping the Ladybone trade with the Underdark. You have my word, Rella." And then the elf and the orc both stand up and say, "I've said my piece. Until we meet again."
I think I know that orc.
Do you? I think you know the elf. I think you maybe know the elf.
All right, so when they get up and leave, I'll bring Saber over to us, and I'll get back to my senses.
Wait, which one is Jesus?
Jesus is the elf.
I'm sorry. What?
Is that Jesus of the Orc Wars?
That is Jesus of the Orc Wars.
No.
That is-
No.
Yes,
I'm not playing this.
That is, in fact, Jesus of the
Brought
Orc
in
Wars.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's spelled Geezus.
Yeah, right, yeah.
You brought.
Okay. All right. Okay.
Yeah, well, he's been featured in our podcast multiple times, so I figured it's probably time for you to meet him.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's Jesus of the Orc Wars. And so Rella is a half elf. She's still at the table, and Disa's still there, and Rella shoots her just ice daggers with her eyes, and she says, "Once your boss leaves, that's your ticket to ride too. I don't want you in this restaurant. I don't want to see you on the street. Do you hear me?" And Disa just kind of throws her hands up and says, "Oh, sure. Hey, Rilla, you seem to be the boss around here now. I'll see you later." She gets up and leaves. So Rilla is at the table by herself now.
All right. Listen, she won't recognize me clearly, but we should talk to Rella.
Is there something that only the two of you would know about? You could tell her.
Oh, many things. Yes.
Name 5 or
Like
6.
what?
We have a history with my sister and all that, so I'm sure I could talk to her. I just have to convince her that I'm me. I guess let me
Slide
Let
into
me
these
try.
DMs, playa.
So I'll get up and I'll move over and be like, Rella, you mind if I sit down?
Corin, what are you doing here?
Well, I know I look like Corin and sound like Corin.
Corin, I left you there with a very important mission. It is your gate that has been letting these abominable discs make their way out into the Underdark. If you're not going to stand guard, what am I to do?
Well,
Who
that's
can
what
I
I want to talk
trust?
to you about. See, Corin is still standing guard. Listen, I am Filnir. I know I don't look it, but I couldn't come into
Filnir.
this city.
What?
I couldn't come into this city looking like myself. For reasons I'm sure you understand that are not true. But I understand that I am wanted in the city.
I don't understand. I don't understand. You
Have you heard of a potion of
Wait.
alter self?
I mean, of course I have heard of that, but why would Filnir get his hands on that? Filnir
No. Can we go somewhere and talk a little more privately with my compatriots over here?
with
I
With
wipe
that piece of
crumbs out of my
muscle?
beard and then wave.
Yeah, the old man and the man from Monte. It's a long story on how we got here, but it would really help if we had a few minutes. I don't think we're quite in privacy here.
She looks very, very closely at Jonas, and then back at you, and she says, "Who is the sergeant? Who is the sergeant in charge of the spearmen in the Hark army?
Deathbow Goodshower.
Oh, shit. Filnir, that really is you?
It is. I won't look like this tomorrow. The potions don't last that long, but it's the same thing that Goodshower uses. But I needed to get into the city. I needed to find you.
Filnir, you're a wanted man.
I know.
Why would you come back here? Even your sister is looking for you. There's a price on your head, and I think your sister has put up the price on your head.
Well, I'll take it out with her. Listen, Edgar's death was very hard on me, but there was a series of events that have also found me these new allies, and I have powers I didn't have before that I've gained, and I can fight and stand up for myself now in ways that I couldn't. I need your help.
Wait, so where did you came through Corin's gate?
We did, yeah.
That he's and he just let you walk in, and he didn't recognize you.
Again, it's a long story. It'd be better if we were in private.
Well, let's go privately meet at Corin's gate. I'll be there, and you come on back. You come on back there. You know how to get there?
Yeah, I remember the way.
All right. So she gets up and she walks out the front of the door on Val Street, on Val Avenue, and walks out of view. And that's she's gone. She's out.
All right, fellas, we've got to make our way back to the gate. Is there anything else you want to do while we're here before we go back?
Do I sense the presence of my God in any particular direction?
Give me a religion check.
That is a 10.
Nah, not really.
Yeah. I mean, we could walk through the rest of the museum if you want to see it. I'm sure there was something you were looking for in here, right? Might see it with your eyes.
How much more do we have to walk through before I can take another religion check?
We'll finish your tea. Maybe 5-10 minutes will settle it. Yeah.
Now let's tour the cultural artifacts. Something tells me I shouldn't, but I can't resist. We came all this way.
All right.
Yeah.
Where are you gonna go then?
I'll lead them through the. I mean, is the restaurant right on Val, or is there another room? There's another room next to it, right? Or something like that.
The library is next to it, so you walk through it. It's basically it's a through building from one road to the other.
Where's the museum?
So you went through what you can tell. The only first floor rooms are the 3 rooms you've been in: the restaurant,
okay,
the library, and the and the main VIP entry hall.
Jonas, you think you can talk us up to that second floor?
Yes, I will do it again.
So we're the place that was roped off that he said was residential.
Impenetrable. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Got one of them impenetrable velvet ropes.
All right. So yeah, we walk over to that roped out area.
Excuse me, man. What are you doing here? We're not too close to the master's residence.
Sorry. I had a very important message for the master. He told me to meet him upstairs. I am Jonas Silverwind of the Monte Silverwinds. I represent some of the wealthiest of nobility in Monterre, and we have business in the city. And I need to get up there and deliver my message. He said that he would be waiting for me up there.
Well, that's funny. We just watched Jesus walk out the front door.
You just watched him walk out the front. What are you talking about?
We just watched Jesus walk out the front door.
Oh.
Go up Val Avenue.
Okay, he must have forgotten. All right. Well, I have this message here. I have a piece of parchment. If I could just drop it by his door, I will be on my way.
Wait his door. We his door. I'll take the message.
But no. I'm sorry. This is very sensitive. I must do this myself.
Well, you're gonna have to wait here then. No one passes to see the master unless the master's in. The master is not in.
All right. I didn't want to have to do this. What's your name?
Blake.
Blake? All right. I'm going to write that.
Blake.
Blake?
Yeah, it's where I was born. But
I see. Is there a surname to that?
I ain't no knight, sir. I'm just a common soldier.
Just a common soldier? All right. Well, I'm going to have to write your name down, and I'm going to have this reported. What's the other guy doing?
He's just standing there in his plate armor. He does have a big sword.
Okay. I'm trying to think. We just want to get up there to look around.
Well, I want to see where they display the cultural artifacts.
So I'm going to
Waterdeep.
start getting. I'm going to start getting really loud. I am a member of court at Monterre. You will not let me up to see what to conduct the business that I have to conduct. I start getting really loud, and I send Saber.
If you think I'm gonna sneak, you got another thing coming.
I send Saber up behind the guys
okay.
to take a look.
Okay, okay. Let's roll a stealth check for this. I mean, you're actively involved in conversing with these guys, so their spidey sense is up.
Even though I'm making a big deal out of
Up or down?
it. Yeah, they're like on me. They're focused on me.
Distracting them.
Yeah, no, that's good.
Come on, dear.
No, it's good. You got a good shot at this. I just rolled their perception. It's not good.
Okay, here we go.
It's not good. In fact, it's lower than their passive perception. Okay. Yeah.
So I
So
got a
Saber
12
gets
on
up
that.
past him.
Okay, all right.
Saber gets up past him.
Okay, so he runs up, and I do a giant, and I promise you that their heads will roll for this. And I storm off, and then I tell the guys, all right, Saber's in place. So I just need you to look after.
You hear Bylake before you tell these guys. You hear Bylake say,
But like,
"Yeah,
Balake.
I don't understand why these nobles always think they can just go wherever they want. You asked me, the halflings are better."
Oh,
And
that's what I hear. I hear them say this. They're just talking.
you hear him say it. He says it so that you
I
can
know,
hear it.
right? What kind of insane person prefers halflings?
Oi, I'm standing right here.
Oh, sorry. I think some of that Hark army's still rubbing off on me a little bit.
I swear. Sometimes I think King Hawk was right about all of you.
Oh gosh. Okay.
Oi, gents,
Okay.
gents. That's
So the two guards from the other room sort of turn around the corner, and one of them pulls a short, just a sidearm, his short sword out, and he says, "Blake, you all right over there?" I mean, do I look all right? I've got this madman yelling, claiming he's a VIP. Wait right here until Jesus comes back, and you can have all the conversation with him that you want. I'm telling you, Jesus is no friend of madmen.
Well, I've heard if you're going to wait for Jesus to come back, you might be waiting a long time.
He does like to walk. It's true, sir. It's true.
All right.
So,
Sometimes I get a little angry and out of sorts. I'm fine. I am leaving.
all right. So Saber's gonna go up.
Saber should be upstairs by now.
Okay, he's upstairs, and you're gonna like switch over to his senses.
Yeah. So, gentlemen, I apologize for all of that. I was making a scene, but Saber is in place. I need you to take care of me one more time. I'm going to send my senses up to him, and I will let you know what it is that I see on the second floor.
So you need me to lead
Okay.
you out or around or something like that?
Lead me around or sit me down and pretend like we're having more tea or something.
Yeah, maybe maybe we go back to the table.
All right, so
I
okay.
crunch another tea cracker really loudly that I've smuggled
right.
out of the tea room.
So
Yeah, we could go back in there.
Yeah.
That sounds good.
So the second floor has a giant room that basically covers the entire floor plan of the building. So from the restaurant all the way to the entryway, there is a single medium-sized bed. So let's say our equivalent of a queen-size bed over in one corner, and then spaced out across the room, there are these large 5-foot radius circles with sigils written all around the side of the circles, and you immediately recognize these to be permanent teleportation circles, John.
Nice.
Jonas, and you see that there is a glass case that is just chock full of orcish weapons in it, and you do immediately recognize the one thing that looks like it's just a cut above. It is a gold and black inlaid spear that is about 8 feet long. Actually, it's so super long for a spear, and it looks sharp. That's what sort of Saber can tell. But probably more interesting to you, besides the teleportation circles, is a bookshelf that is I don't know. Can you read through Saber's eyes? Is that something that you can do?
From what I understand, it's my senses.
Okay. So you see a bookshelf that has some fairly rare books on magical history, and in particular, they are the histories of war mages.
Nice.
And you would recognize some of their names: Mordekainen, Bigby.
Very nice.
Yeah.
All right.
And that's the only thing that you see up here.
That's all I've got. That's all I've got. Okay.
Yeah.
So I tell them everything that I see.
Yeah, that sounds like the thing. But I gotta say, like, first off, I can't be our incognito carrying around an 8-foot gold inlaid spear. And I can't believe it's Tempest's will that we fight our way up to that case and steal that thing and then fight our way out. That just doesn't seem right to me. I feel like if it's Tempest's will, he'll show me the path.
Does Saber see any other alternate routes to the second floor?
I think
No.
Just those, those
I think maybe we see where the rest of this plays out. Maybe that spear will find its way back in my hands later.
Well, tell me, Abel, what's your relationship with this Jesus?
Well, he came into my life at a real low time. I found a real sense of community with him that I hadn't really found anywhere else. I thought he was dead for a while, but I guess he's not.
Or you mean like he came back or something?
Yeah, I mean, I guess.
Well, do you think that the two of you were friendly? I mean, if you knew him, he would probably give you your weapon back. Yes?
Yeah, I mean, we were fighting on the same side. I would suppose we were kind of friendly. I was a real big asshole back then, though. So my perceptions might not be all that they could be. I would say we were friendly, but who knows, really? Especially now. I don't know.
And when he died,
Let me put it this way. I can't imagine anybody that I know from that time in my life being happy to see me show up again.
Oh, all right. And when you thought he was dead, that wasn't because of you.
Oh, no.
Okay, good.
No, I mean, the man was in the Orc Wars. It was some dangerous business.
Yeah, understood. But he didn't... I find it odd that he didn't recognize you when we walked in.
Well, I mean, elves, they ain't great at recognizing people anyway, especially if they haven't seen you for 20, 25 years or so. They expect everybody to look the same.
That is probably true. You're probably right about that.
That's pretty good, right?
Yeah, that's good. Hey,
Probably
good
right
one.
Yeah. All right. Well, I bring Saber back down. I guess if we're not, I don't know.
You
if
can
my-
dismiss him and
Yeah,
get
that's
him
right.
right
I
back
pop
to
him out, pop him right back beside me.
That's a good inside of you. What?
B-side.
Oh, I'm sorry. This is like a Richard Gere moment.
Inside
Sorry.
of you.
Yeah.
Inside of you.
All right. So yeah, you get Saber back. He's safe and sound. He was a very good boy. And
I give him his little treat and I scratch him behind the ears.
That's good. Okay. Remind me, is he Fey or is he Celestial?
Celestial.
Celestial. Okay.
I was like, oh, honey, he's Faye.
Yeah, totally. All right. So you guys gonna head to Rella?
Before we go, didn't you get at one point a potion of clairvoyance, Jonas?
I did.
Don't we think maybe that would be good? Something we could use that and plant something upstairs so you could hear, or maybe I don't know how long it works for, but
What's it do?
well,
Yeah. Tell us what it
so the
does.
spell says you create an invisible sensor within range in a location familiar to you, a place you have visited or seen before. The sensor remains in place for the duration. It can't be attacked or otherwise interacted with. When you cast a spell, you choose seeing or hearing. You can use the chosen sense through the sensor as if you were in its space. As your action, you can switch between seeing or hearing. A creature that can see the sensor, such as any creature benefiting from see invisibility or true sight, sees a luminous, intangible orb around the size of your fist. I don't know how long the potion lasts. The spell takes 10 minutes and lasts 10 minutes with concentration. Is the potion any different, Tom?
So it doesn't take 10 minutes.
Right.
It's instantaneous. So once you drink it, you concentrate on the spot.
Yeah, I guess the 10 minutes is sort of a limiting factor, though. Probably not worth it.
Yeah.
If it was
It only lasts 10 minutes.
yeah, the spell
Yeah,
only lasts
just,
10
just
minutes.
10 minutes.
And what's the range?
So the normal range is a mile.
Okay. all right.
I
But
think that might be useful to get the lay of the land on, say, a meeting that we're about to be going to in a place that we've been before.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. I missed the 10-minute thing. Otherwise, I was like, oh, we could just set up a little spy trap.
Yeah,
on
just
Oh yeah,
leave it
plant a
there.
bug.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, let's use it for the Rella meeting.
I'm going
I
to
mean, we're gonna
suggest that
be
you
at
don't.
the Rella meeting.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm going to.
which other
I'm gonna
meeting?
Well,
suggest-
no, that's what I was suggesting, but it sounds like Tom's going to suggest.
I'm just going to suggest that you use that clairvoyance potion for something other than a meeting with Filnir's best friend,
Okay, sure. Maybe in the Underdark.
or somewhere, or
somewhere.
or
I mean,
something.
and I could, if we feel like we need to concentrate on this, we have a mile range. I know what the place looks like if we're
Right.
staying somewhere.
Yeah, I don't
We
know if you have
if we feel like we
clairvoyance.
can use it. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, so to
Or
Rella?
we could just like see what's going on at the shop, you know?
Right. right.
All right, so we're heading to the meeting with Rella.
Yeah.
I don't know. I got a weird vibe off of her. Tom seems to imply that we should just be blasé walking into it.
Oh no! I don't want you to be blasé. This is a potion of clairvoyance is a very powerful potion.
He's like, maybe a little too powerful to give to you, Yahoo.
Yeah,
Clearly
you're just
you don't
gonna
know how
drink
to
it
use
willy nilly.
I gave you a serious gift.
It's like let's go look in the girls' locker room. Come on, come on.
Wait, I don't want to see. I just want to hear.
Yeah. God. Oh my God. Pathetic. Okay.
And then just one last question.
Okay. It's
if I
okay. You
send-
can ask more than that too.
If I send Reggie upstairs,
No, you don't control Reggie like that.
I thought I did.
I mean, and the unseen servant is don't think of him like a nimble like buddy. He's more like Mickey
like
Mouse
telekinesis.
is a little bit. Yes, that's right.
I've just
Like
yeah.
you-
Well, go
You
ahead,
won't be able
Brent.
to sense. You won't be able to sense through him, right? So you could be like, go get me that cup of water or whatever. And as soon as
Well,
like,
I was thinking like,
But you
go-
can't be like, Reggie, tell me what's around the corner.
Well,
Right.
no, I was thinking more like Reggie, go get me that War Mage book.
Okay. Oh, you were you?
I'll allow
It was
it.
a thought. It was a thought.
tell
It was a thought.
Reggie. Tell Reggie to do that.
No,
That's a good
it's
idea.
fine. It was just I was just thinking about it. I was thinking.
Jonas, I know these books get you all hot under the collar, but keep it in your pants, boy. We got to get out of here.
All right, yeah. Well, let's go see. I'm just asking.
Never met a man so horny for books.
All right. Yes, let's go to the meeting.
All right.
Yeah, so we'll guide
Okay.
them.
So you
I'll
head
guide
back.
them
You head
yeah.
back through town. It's about a 30-minute walk back to the caves, the catacomb area that you were.
What kind
sleeping
of
in.
day is it?
So it's clear actually. About 3 p.m. Now, and
70, 75?
yeah, I mean it's like it's 50% chance of rain, but the sun is still out.
All right.
Yeah,
Little muggy. We're near the lake. And
yeah,
everything.
yeah. It's
Okay,
you're near
all
the
right.
lake.
So,
A little.
So like a nice walk then.
Yeah, 10 mile per hour wind coming off the lake. Like it's a nice little breeze. Feels good in your skin. You can feel it in your beard.
Mm.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's right. So just so you know, also Filner, your potion has about another 5 hours left on
Okay.
it.
Yeah, I was thinking about that. I was trying to remember
Yeah.
when I took it, but
Yeah. Yeah. All right. So you get back to the catacombs and Rella is there and she's got the real Corin sitting down, sweating. He's tied up. And you guys get there and she says, I'm so glad to see you. Filner, can you show me your real face?
I'm not really sure how to make the potion stop working. I took it this morning, so
Well-
I've got a bit more time. But I do think you should
I'm gonna
untie
do a
Corin.
perception check. I'm gonna do a perception check. This is tripping my alarm bells
Okay.
again. That's a 12.
Okay. You recognize in her a misplaced do-goodery that you recognize well enough from holy rollers that you have fought with in the past. That maybe you were a bit of this at one point in your life.
I think we got a little misplaced do-goodery over here.
What the fuck is a do-goodery?
It's like a bakery, but more complicated.
Now that I can understand. Rella.
Is that? Wait a second. Is it possible that she is going to try to? When you say like a misplaced sense of zealotry, do-goodery. Do I get the feeling that maybe she is looking to apprehend Filnir?
Oh,
Or do I need a separate insight check?
no,
something like that?
no.
Okay.
She was genuinely happy to see him when she saw
Okay.
him. She was genuinely happy to see him. She
She's
says
just ticked that we got in.
Yes.
by
Yeah.
sneaky means
yeah, and she's
through the corruption of officials that were under her charge.
that's it. You got it.
Okay.
You got
Got
it.
it.
And she says, "Bye, Bahamut. Corin, if this ever happens again, I will slit your throat. I will bleed you out. I will bleed out your mother who vouched for you and said that you could handle this. If I ever see anything like this again, you are a dead man, and I will not stop with you." And Corin is actually like, doesn't quite understand like how he got caught. Like he's like, and he looks up at you, Filnir, and he starts freaking the fuck out. Like he's like, whoa,
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to look like this. I just
You should fuck with him and be like, "That's not Corin. I'm Corin."
I'm gonna keep it true to character here.
Like looking in the mirror, ain't it?
Corin, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring any trouble for you. I took this potion, and apparently, if you're not thinking of something specific, you look like whatever the last person you've seen was, and you was the last person I'd seen.
He was thinking of you, Corin, in a certain light. That's real nice
I was
thing.
thankful.
It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't make any sense. It was that Killy. It was that Killy split toe. And Rella unties him. She unties him, and he is freaking the fuck out, and he's looking at you.
Corin,
I don't know.
Can you not talk of this? It's very. I know this is going to be hard for you, but it's very important that you not tell anybody who I am.
Oh, I thought you were saying, "Can you not talk of Killy?"
Can I just walk up to him and while he's saying that, just walk up to him and slip him 3 gold?
Wait a second. Don't bribe the guy who just got in trouble for accepting bribes.
All right, maybe not.
This sounds like an internal HR matter to me that we should really just keep our noses out of. We do not implement or regulate company policy.
So Corin leaves the cave, and he is visibly shaken. Rella turns her gaze onto you guys, and she says, "Do you know that the Adaran army is looking for you?" And then she looks over at Filnir, and she says, "And you, Neverwinter has brought in assassins. They're convinced that the half elf named Filnir was a plant to steal precious artifacts and assassinate their emissary here. That you were trying to start a war. Do you know that this is going on here? Did you, like, when I heard you went to Hark, I thought for sure that you were just running away and that you were going to be safe, and now you're here and we have to worry about you again."
Exactly what I was.
Sure sounds like you guys are in a lot of trouble.
Yeah. No, some goons came in and pretended to be people visiting museum, and then all of a sudden they pinned me, and they were up in Edgar's bedroom, and I was trapped. There wasn't much I could do about it, and then by the time I was freed, he was dead.
And you decided not to come to me. You decided to run off to head.
This is the
to
part
head
that's
to the
going to
enemy.
sound very strange, but there was an artifact in the museum that spoke to me, and somehow cast magic and saved my life. And in the heat of things, it just told me to run, and I ran, and it told me where to go. and I didn't know any better. I didn't pack any things. I just fucking ran. And then I ended up in the Hark army, and I was supposed to find somebody, and I've now found. And I'll pull out the spear tip and the shaft. I found 2 pieces of this thing called Paraso Incompetent, but apparently there's another one, and it's I'm a warlock. I can summon a blade, and I'll just make a rapier appear.
You're
in my
a
hand.
warlock, Filnir.
So she does laugh, and then she looks at you and she gets really, really serious in her face, and she reaches out and she touches your face and she says, "Never fucking say that again. Do you understand
But
me?"
I was thinking of it as a title for my memoir. No. Okay. Yeah. No, I won't.
So what now? You can fight now? Like you washed out of the Adaran army and now you join Hark, and now suddenly you're a great, like what you're are these your adventuring friends? Like what are we dealing with here?
We're trying to stop this war. I know it sounds like a big task for 3 guys, but it's true. This guy, and I'll point to Abel. Tempest speaks to him, and he's got some plan.
Yep, sure does.
And this is
I give her my best, like, reassuring grin, but it just, because I'm not very socially capable, it just looks insane.
Okay. All right.
I try to give her
Jesus.
an ingratiating smile, but I forget, like, how to not do crazy eyes.
and Ionis has a story that I couldn't even believe when I first heard it, but he is from Monterre, and his family's been betrayed, and he's trying to sort it all out, but somehow we're trying to make this all better for everybody.
Well, the Monterans are not to be trusted. That's something that I've learned in the last few months.
Right, but in the last few months, he's from Monterre, but he lost the last 2 years in some weird portal, so he's back.
Okay,
from
stop. Filnir, stop, Filnir. Filnir,
It
listen.
sounds real crazy when you say it all
Listen.
in one go like
Listen,
that.
here's a question for you. This is for all 3 of you. I can't believe I'm saying this. You clearly have had to fight your way here, right? I mean, you were in the Hark army. I have a very small thing to do. I know about where this Sil Moonbrook is. It's very important to Jesus that I bring her to him. I don't know why. But he is going to do something great for me if I can bring him this elf.
He's going to help you stop the flow of Ladybone to the necro slavers.
Yeah, we've killed some of them already.
It's a very big problem. People are disappearing all over the place. I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why this is happening. But as far as I can tell, have you heard of Felipe Madamba?
Scourge of the Tall Folk?
That's the very one. As far as I can tell, he is.
Do you know any of his other names?
I know Stands with Bears and Undercarriage of the Future. I don't just offhand. just offhand.
I forgot that one. That one's still my favorite. Undercarriage.
So yes, I remember. I know Felipe Madamba. But it seems as though everyone is concerned about him, and they're not realizing that the real problem is right in our backyard. And it seems that there is some population of halflings here who are bringing it on themselves.
So, you're not working with Felipe Madumbo.
Madamba, no, I am not.
Madamba. I get him confused with Dikembe Mutombo.
Yeah, I
There's
don't know
another
him
fella I knew
either.
from the Orc Wars.
I don't know him either. If you think that Kim and Mutombo is going to appear in this game, you are crazy.
No, no.
Just so you know. No, 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 no.
For the podcast, there was a finger wag there.
No, that's right.
Wow, I got a lot of questions. So many I kind of don't know where to start. If these necroslavers are such a big problem, doesn't that seem like a strange thing for Jesus to horse trade about? I mean, it sounds like either he needs the help or he doesn't. Why is he trying to play coy and get you to run errands for him?
Waterdeep doesn't care. It doesn't really matter what Jesus wants. He is a representative of Waterdeep. And Waterdeep wants Syl Moonbrook. And he's willing to help me and help the town if we provide the thing that Waterdeep wants and needs.
And where's
Have I missed something? What is who is this Syl Moonbrook?
All I know is that she worked in the tower, and Felipe Madamba had some very daring, what he called a rescue, but it was clearly a kidnapping, and two of his signal men ran off with her, and Felipe Madamba wants her, Waterdeep wants her, Neverwinter wants her. I don't know why. And Adair is freaking out that she's missing.
Well, let me. I'm going to explain our situation to you. Let's take a step back, maybe in some broader terms than we've engaged in up until now. We are enemies of the Hark army, and persona non grata. We are enemies of the Adaran army, persona non grata. We may be enemies of Monterre. Real unclear yet on how that's going to work or who's in charge of Monterre right now, but they're probably against us too. It goes without saying, necroslavers. Persona non grata with them as well. We are real short of friends. We came to Lakeshire looking for a way to get out from under all of this, and we could use some friends that can shield us from the crushing wheels of history that are grinding us underfoot.
I think what he's trying to say is, maybe we help you help us clear our names with somebody at least. Get us a safe spot.
So, well, let me say this in another way. Who are your friends? Because helping out Lakeshire is great and all, but we need some people in our corner.
Well, I'm friends with everybody. The big things do seem to be afoot in the Breen. Felipe believes that the future is for halflings and elves and half-elves. As long as there's not too much killing, I'm all for that. The Adarans have been here long enough. Hark is nothing but trouble. But anytime there's war, there's death and destruction, and I don't like that. To me, keeping the Breen safe is my number one priority. And what that means for me is I am on friendly terms with the militias, the guards, and when it suits me, the humans from Faerun. And right now, that's unfortunately Jesus of the Orc Wars. I mean, the person that you probably are looking for as a person that Filnir probably doesn't want to speak with, but it's Galwinia. It's his sister.
Yeah, how do we get in touch with her?
Well,
And if you say find Syl Moonbrook, and I'll tell you, I'm gonna spit.
No, she comes to Lakeshire often. She seems to be raising arms for Felipe Madamba. Though recently she went to the human settlements around Lakeshire and was paying lowly, no good, injured men to join the Hark army. And so that was most recently she was involved in that.
I was a lonely, no good man who joined the Hark Army. I didn't even get paid to. I feel like I missed out.
Well,
Let me ask you this. You said Felipe Madamba. You want to see the Breen restored to the elves and the halflings, as long as there's not much killing. Do you see a way that happens?
Felipe says he does.
Oh, he does he?
Yes, he does.
Undercarriage of the Future has a plan.
Well, he is famous for his shock tactics. And he cleared 2 Adaran camps by just suddenly appearing with 8 or 9 of his best warriors in the middle of the Adaran cavalry camp and killed all of the cavalry officers and let the enlisted men go home. Took the horses, brought the horses to Breen. Those are his tactics. That's what he does. And I have a feeling that Syl Moonbrook has something to do with getting him into the tower. Don't quote me on that.
You want
because
our
I was
help.
gonna.
You're saying you want our help with this Moonbrook person?
No, she doesn't need our help. Surely she's got plenty of friends. She's friends with everybody. She
Well-
must have tons of people she could send on this little errand.
Well, I would have brought Corin, and I would have brought Killy. I would have brought my guards. I don't know who I can trust now. I mean, you just walked in. He said he gave 10 silver. Is that what you gave him? 10 silver?
Oh, we're very persuasive fellas.
Well, you don't look very persuasive to me. And
I give her another smile, like with the crazy eyes, but then I wink at her too.
she's unimpressed. And
Oh, I think I made an impression.
Well, we may not look like much, and listening to Filnir tell my story, I'm beginning to understand why Abel thinks I'm crazy. But
Oh, finally.
but we've fought and taken care of each other this far. We are formidable as a group.
well, so will you help me?
Rella, how
Filnir, do you trust this person?
how can we help you, Rella? Clearly I do. I would not have said so much had I not trusted her.
I know about where the Hornay brothers are. They're the signalmen from the Adaran army. They
The
travel-
horny brothers? You
No,
gotta be kidding me.
The Hornay brothers. What is wrong with you, priest?
Hornay. Okay.
Wait a second. Is that another name that means something like Balake?
I don't know. That's just what they call them, and they were in. They did fight for Felipe, and they apparently ran off with a war wagon, a covered war wagon, and a bunch of treasure, and Syl.
And you don't think they ran back to Felipe?
According to Jesus, Felipe is paying more for Syl than Jesus is.
Well, Jesus has always been a cheapskate.
So you want us to find Syl before Felipe?
I'll go
does?
with you. I need to help. I mean, I once we get close, I will be able to find her. She apparently took a small trinket from the tower, and I can find the trinket once we're close enough.
Well, I would love nothing more than to have you with us, but I feel like I should tell you that everywhere we go, there seems to be quite a bit of bloodshed, and I do fear that you will find it unsettling. And I do hope if you continue to join us that it does not make you second guess our relationship and our friendship.
Phil, just to be clear, we're gonna kill the Hornet brothers. There's no getting around that. They're not letting up. They're not letting go of something they stole from Felipe without a fight.
So be it.
Let me ask you one more question, Rella. If you had a choice between bringing Syl back to Jesus and getting his help with the necroslavers, or taking her to Felipe and ending the war in the Breen Valley, which would you choose? I'll take a hum. I just want to plant that little seed in there because I got to tell you, I'm willing to go track this lady down. I'm up for killing some horny brothers, but I'm not sure bringing this girl back to Jesus is the way to go.
I gave Jesus
You've
my
been
word.
kind to us, so I figured I just needed to be upfront with you about that.
Well, I did give Jesus my word. But
Yeah.
I also know that whoever gets Syl, all they want is the thing that she took. So maybe we can split her.
What?
So to speak.
So to speak.
All right, well, where do we find her? Or the Hornet brothers?
So, in the woods, about 8 mile walk from here was the last place they were spotted. They killed a small cavalry unit from Adair. They killed 4 horsemen, and the Adarans are not interested in. They have no idea that the brothers have Syl. If they did, they'd be sending 50 men to make sure they get the job done right. So as far as I can tell, we have a very limited amount of time before we can make sure that we're the ones that get her.
All right, well,
If Jesus has all this manpower, why is he sending his own guys after her?
Oh,
Or does he not know?
I didn't tell him where they were.
Tricky Rella.
I'm telling you because Filner's here.
All right, let's go kill some horny brothers.
All right. And so she looks at you all, and you're wearing fancy armor, and you're sort of Monteran best, except Corin, who is just carrying around half-elf sized armor. And she says, well, we should use the tunnels to clear the town. The Adaran cavalry is all over the valley. I'd rather walk through the woods if that's okay with you all.
That's how we got here. It's fine with me now. Fine with me the way out too.
Okay.
Oh, the woods again.
What, are you afraid of snakes or something?
Oh, you know I am.
That's why you've got your
If
mongoose.
my mother named me the way they name babies around here, she would have named me Bawoods. I'm good to go.
Inthwoods.
So
I'll follow you along. Yes, Saber's with me, so I'm all right.
So you guys go through the tunnels, and you make your way out. It's a long walk. It takes a few hours. You guys are sort of heading through the trees. Rella keeps
Saber's bringing me little dead snakes
good, and Rella
just to make me feel better.
Rella keeps casting stealth magics on you all to keep you well hidden as you go, and you arrive to a clearing, and she says this is where the cavalry was killed, and she sits down and she starts to pray, and she says, Bahamut, show me the way. Bahamut, you are true. Bahamut, help me find the one. Bahamut, please be true. And she sits quietly in the grasses, and you see her necklace that she was wearing that you didn't even really notice before. It just looked like a stone that was around her neck. The stone starts to glow red, and it floats up off of her neck, and it starts to float in a direction. And she says, okay, gentlemen, follow the necklace.
I look at, see, Tempest, that's how a nice god operates. She didn't have to shed no blood or nothing. She just asked, and he did it.
That's a pretty clear symbol.
Well, and thus ends episode 11 of Every War Must End, following the red necklace to the Horney brothers. Just so you know, she did have to cast the spell Locate Object for this. It wasn't just, hey, Bahamut, help me out. So don't feel too bad.
Isn't that how all cleric spells go, though? I mean,
that's right.
That's what you're doing, right?
That's how they all go. We'll come on back next week and see if the guys can survive the Horney brothers. I sure hope that they can.
I hope so too.
I just wonder how they're going to be spelled.
Oh man, I can spell it for you right now. HORUNAE. Horney.
Horney.
Horney. Should we go for a Horney to Spain?
Well, if you're Horney for adventure, come back next week. 2 weeks.
There's our sign off right there.
2 weeks.
There it is. Sign off.
Chubba